Happy Thursday! Thanks for joining me tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery kits. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's a time where we can relax and craft together for about an hour in the evening. And I work on projects from beginning to end, so you can see the whole part of the process and work on them with me. So tonight we are continuing on the Splendid Sampler 2 Quilt Along. Here is the book for it. There is a quilt along happening for the book. You can find out more information on thesplendidsampler.com or on the Splendid Sampler Facebook page. So here tonight is New Block Thursday. So every Thursday, the authors release 4 new blocks. So I'm going to show you those new blocks that people will start working on, and I am going to work on one of them tonight. So last night I was debating whether to just keep working on that elephant block, but one popped up that I thought would be fun to do tonight. So we're going to work on that one tonight, and then we'll jump back to that elephant later again. So thanks for joining me, everyone. Good to see y'all popping in. I'm going to flip you around, and we'll get going here tonight. All right, here we are. Thank you again for joining me. So, Splendid Sampler 2. These are the new blocks for tonight. All right, so 4 new blocks. One is the Lots O' Hexies. This is on page 84. These are like itty bitty baby hexies. So this is English paper piecing and applique together. So it looks like we're making all the English paper pieces and then stitching them in groups of 4, and then those groups of 4 are being appliqued on after with, you know, a couple little extras. So here we go. There is another colorway for it. So that's one of the blocks. That is not the one I'm going to be starting tonight. There's Sunbonnet Me to You. This is a cute applique. So this is what is it? Sunbonnet Sue is the traditional kind of name for this character, and it's applique as well. This looks like it's completely needle turn applique, which I would love to try with one of these. Yep, just doing some applique. So my guess is that the templates are in the back here. Oh yeah, here we are right here. Here's the dress and legs and everything right there. So Sunbonnet Me to You by Jane Davidson. That one's on page 77. Awfully cute. Not the one I'm working on either. All right, Stitch and Pause. So this is on page 70. More applique. This is applique and embroidery and piecing, it looks like. So it looks like we can make a little pieced background with a super cute blue border. That is really adorable. And then we add some embroidery and applique to that. So this has everything, everything in this guy. And the instructions are right on this page, it seems. The one that we are going to be doing tonight, and it's the 4th one of the night, is this Coastline Sponge Cake. So this is a pieced block. It looks kind of cool. It's got this neat kind of like little magic mitered corner thing going with these stripes. But the thing I liked about this block is it's using like a little magic trick to make it again. So it looks super intense, like you got all these angles, you got all these little shapes. It looks like it's a pretty intense block. But all it is a couple strips sewn together, cut in a diamond, and then a second group of strips cut into half square triangles and then sewn on that diamond. So it looks really complicated, but I think it's just done with kind of magic. So that's what kind of got me excited about it. So a block that looks super intense, but is actually done in a kind of a rather, you know, a relatively easy in theory way. So there is a correction for this. And I don't know what the correction is, but this is the correction sheet. So when you go to the website to It's on the splendidsampler.com right now. So the introduction to the new designers, there is a link to this updated page. So make sure to go to there and get the updated bit. I do not know what has been updated on here, if it's a measurement or what. I'm just going to do a quick glance and see if I can pick it out. But I'm sure some of you guys have figured it out. So if you have, oh, right here. So this is what it looks like. So let me know if I'm wrong on this, but this is what it looks like the correction is. So down here, this says ADB in the book, and here it says ABD. So it's just, it looks like they switched the colors around from here to here. So that looks like the difference. Okay, so let's give it a go. I have not read through this at all yet, and I'm going to use this as my guide, this colorful picture as my guide, but I'm going to leave this guy out. I think I'll actually just take a wonder clip here and attach my book like that, just so my book stays open. There we go. Great, that'll do. So, all right, let's pick colors to start out with. Get my little bin of fabrics here. I'm going to get you guys a little bit higher. Okay, so I'm going to use my pale colored blocks because this is not, I only use these bright colored ones for every like 5th block or so. So I'm just going to get these guys out. So I'm not looking at these. And I always use white in these blocks too. So we'll get some white out. Okay, so what do we need? We need a green print strip. That must be these 2 little arrows here, or little points. 1 blue strip piece. Oh, here's where, oh, okay, never mind. So this gets cut into 2 other ones. So 1 green print strip, and then we need another 2 strips of blue. So blue stripe piece. So that must be this color. 1 navy print. That's in the middle. 1 blue floral. That must be this. And 1 cream. So that must be this. Okay, so I think I have it figured out. We're obviously going to use different colors since I don't have any blues. I only have these light pale colors. But there was a little instruction in here to achieve a mitered look. Cut strips along the same line of the stripe. So I think what that's referring to is this blue stripe here. We want to cut it like parallel to whatever our stripes are. And now I don't even know if that applies to me because I do not know if I have any striped fabric, but let's try and find something similar. So this is kind of stripy, although we need a lot of it. We need a piece that's 15.5 inches by 1.5 and another one that's 8.5 by 1.5. And I definitely don't think I have that with this. So this one's automatically out. I need, gosh, all my ones that look like they have any sort of geometric stripe thing don't look like they have a lot of fabric. This one would work, but this isn't super stripy. I want to find a stripe in here. I don't think I have any stripes. That's kind of crazy. This one maybe. We're definitely using up these fabrics, though. A lot of these pieces are a whole lot smaller. Yeah, it's not quite stripy. All right, I would love to use this one, but I just don't have enough fabric. Yeah, that's not 15 inches, so I don't have enough fabric of that one, so we're just gonna automatically nix that one. I think the most stripy looking one is this one. It's pale, it's got those cute little guys on, but it does have, you know, kind of these little check marks on. I don't think I have any stripes in my colorful ones either. Yeah, just no stripes. Dang. All right, so we'll just use this one. This will be our starter one. Actually, is this even big enough? Yeah, this one, we have plenty. Okay. So this is going to be blue. the green print strip. I think I'm going to make, I think we'll just keep the white as these here. So I always have white in my blocks for this quilt. And typically I'm using it as a background, but there's not really any big background piece. So what I could do is use it for this big middle piece, but I think I like a pattern in there. So I think maybe we'll just stick to a white there. Although that's not very contrasty either. Maybe I should just ignore the stripes for a little. Man, we're having a tough time choosing colors today. Let's just start with the pretty one in the middle. I think let's do like a fun floral or something for that to kind of show that off. Since I'm holding this one, let's just do this. This is gonna be our main middle color. I always kind of like lay out my fabrics next to it just to see what it's looking like. We could still use this for those little kind of stripey ones. Maybe we have a pop at the top of it and bottom of like these greens, or maybe this could be like a side one. Too many choices today. Maybe we'll do this as the background with the white. So this and white. I think the middle one can be the floral still. I like that. Then we need just this band and the green. Maybe we still do this for the band. It's awfully light. Or we could go way out there. I think maybe we do this. Do I have enough fabric of this? Yeah, I'll have enough fabric of this. So this, I really kind of want these lines to pop. So I think this bright color will pop against it. So let's do this. And then I just need one more for this green. And maybe for that, we use our little pale color. I do still like this pop, but I think let's use this kind of little pale color. Okay, done. Enough. That was enough choosing. Let's just be totally done. Although now I'm gonna sneak this one in. Nope, we're done. Could be here all night choosing fabrics, right? So, all right, we just gotta keep this in order. So I'm gonna just start from the top and cut. So the green print strip, that was this. That's what I wanted, this little piece here. So there's going to be a lot of excess, it looks like, of this, but, you know, we'll use it in another project, I suppose. So I'm just going to double check. Yeah, I think all these measurements are the same. So, all right, for this, we need a 1.5 inch by 15 inch strip. Ooh, hopefully this is 15 inches. Let's check here. All right, just grabbing a ruler. Oh, it is not 15 inches. So we're gonna have to go, a long way here. Oh, still not 15, oh no. All right, this is 15 inches. So I am gonna have to go the longest cut here, which is fine. I'm gonna put the book up top so I can see it. Okay, and you know what? I think I'm gonna cut these out maybe one at a time. So in theory, well, I don't know. A lot of them are cut the same length, so maybe we just layer our fabrics a little bit. Let's give that a go. So I'm gonna just start off by giving this a little press. Let's just look at these other colors quick. The blue stripe piece, that's what we wanted this to be. So I know we need at least one 15-inch piece out of here, which we might not have either. Oh yeah, we'll just have a 15-inch piece here. So we're gonna be really splitting our fabrics in pieces for this. But you know what? We're probably at that point in this quilt anyway. So all right, these two I need to cut into a 15.5 inch strip. And there's one more that I need, a 1.5 inch by 15 inch strip. So, okay, so this is the navy, and then the blue stripe piece. Oh, that's what I was using this for. So this one we need in a 15-inch thing too. So that we'll have as well. I wonder if there's 15 inches this way. Let's see. Ooh, we might just have it. Let's double check on it. 15 and a half. Yeah, was I saying, oh, it is 15 and a half. You're right. I was saying 15. So this one we have enough. I think all of these we have enough for 15 and a half. Yeah, we just have enough for 15 and a half for all these. Thanks for that. Not 15, 15 and a half. So, all right, we're fine. We just need to press these 3 and we'll get started with them. Okay. Give this guy a press. I'm gonna layer these all together just so we can cut them all at once. I'll have to move this bulk out of the way. Okay, let's do the next one. So I think I could only get 15 and a half inches right here, right down the middle of this one. So we'll be chopping this guy up, but that's what it's here for. Ooh, it's kind of scary though. It's kind of scary thinking that this is gonna be just chopped in half. But it's doing a job for us. Okay, and then lastly we have this guy. All right, and I think I could only get it, I forget which side I could get 15 and a half. Oh, it was the selvage side, so we're good here. But yeah, I'm gonna chop this guy in half as well. I'd like to think that I wouldn't cut it 15 inches instead of the 15 and a half, but it's always good to catch it for sure. All right, let's layer this guy on top. Okay, I think we're good to go now. So let's just, first of all, double check that these are the fabrics we're wanting. All right, this guy represents our navy blue. So navy blue, we need a 1.5 by 15 and a half. Okay, so that one's fine. This one represents our, oh wait, this was representing our navy blue. So this one we had the 1.5 by 15 and a half. That's fine. This one was our blue stripe piece, the ones that go like that. We need a 1.5 by 15 and a half, and then we also need another bit, so we'll cut that as well. And then this top piece was the green, which is 1.5 by 15 and a half. Okay, we're still good. So ideally, I could label all these. You know, for a lot of the paper piecing projects we've been doing, I've been making like a little code, a little paper code for it. But this time I'm just trying to do it. So a little bit more remembering tonight. So, all right, I'm going to cut my, my slice here. This is that 15 and a half inch edge. Scary. Okay, so I'm going to just shimmy this off to the side, these pieces. And now I want to cut a 1.5 inch strip. And I think, let's see, I'm going to do that. Hold on. I'm going to do that using the double ruler method, just because I don't want to shimmy these fabrics. Like, if I move these fabrics, then my edge might not be so nice. So I'm going to do the double ruler method of cutting, which is I'm going to leave the fabric. I'm going to measure my 1.5 inches here. So 1.5. And then I'm going to get a second ruler and I'm going to put it up right against that first ruler. And then I'm going to remove the first ruler. So there we go. That's how you can, just that double ruler method allows me not to move all these fabrics everywhere. So, okay, let's cut this. Double check, 1.5 inches. Yeah. Ooh, I shimmied a little bit. Not a lot, I don't think, though. Okay. There is a 1.5 inch strip. So I know I need another one of that yellow, but let's just kind of finish this up. So, all right. Let's get these edges all nice and lined up. We'll cut, oh, these are all pretty well lined up, so that's good. So I'm gonna just put this on a nice rule line here. I'm gonna get this ruler out because it's my favorite. I'm gonna just clean up that one edge. All right, and then we will cut our 15.5 inches here. So I'm gonna just rotate it around. You know what? I think we'll just get this big ruler out here. Line up the 15.5 and line up this rule line here. And it's just 15.5 inches. So let's use the side here. Okay. Part 1 is done. First, cutting. Cutting is always like the scariest part to me. So, all right, we have, now I'm going to put this in order so I remember. This represents our green strip. So I'm just going to put that on top because that's in the top of our instructions. Okay, and then we have the blue stripe piece, and that's what I was going to use this for. So we'll put that next. And then this is the navy strip, and the navy strip just needs, is just one thing. Okay, we do need more of this. So we need a 1.5 by 8.5 inch piece now. So I'm going to, let's just move these. And grab this guy again. All right, and this is where we cut our nice edge. You know what? I think I might just trim this again, even though we're gonna have tons extra. But I already have that nice edge, and you know I'm gonna be cutting extra whichever way I go. So let's, since I just put it in this direction, let's do the double ruler method again. So I'm gonna do a 1.5 inch strip, and I'll just have excess 1.5 inch strip, but we'll use that later. And if not, I always end up sewing my scraps together for another project, so I'm not too worried about wasting a ton of fabric here. I'm sure we'll use it up on another block. Okay. Jennifer, we're working on Coastline Sponge Cake. It is one of the new blocks for this week. It's on page 39. But it looks like it's made with magic by just sewing some strips together and cutting them at different angles, and then all of a sudden we have a magic block. So that's what I'm pretty excited for. All right, we have to cross cut this to the 8 inches. I think this edge looks pretty good still. Let's just rotate this, and was it 8 inches? Nope, 8.5. Good thing I checked. Okay, let's go right there. Actually, this edge isn't all that square, but I think it's gonna be square enough for what we need it to do. Okay, 8.5 inches. Okay, this part's scrap. This is the part that we need. All right, so now we're going pretty well here. So we have, this is the A piece. Maybe I should label these. This is B strip and a B strip. We're just gonna keep them in order. I could take a little piece of paper and label it, or I could even write. Maybe we'll do that. I'll take my little water soluble pen here. I'm just gonna write A. I'm gonna write B and B here. That's our, oh wait, no, this is C. This is my C fabric. That's my B fabric. So A, B, C, and then this is my D fabric. Normally I wouldn't have to do this, but my colors are so different than the ones in the book that I'm confusing myself. So now I have it labeled A, B, C, D. All right, we're good. Next up, there's a few more little pieces to cut. Let's shimmy those down. All right, we're doing this block here, you guys, Coastline Sponge Cake. And there is an update to download, and the update is just what order to do the strips in, so that's coming up. All right, a blue floral strip, that's this second piece. I was gonna use the dots for that, for here and here. I'm just guessing that that's what they're referring to, the blue floral. So that's this, and then one cream, and that's what I'm using the white for. So these are both 1 3/4 and 1 1/8. So I just double checked that the other 1 1/8, or the other 8 1/2 one is a 1 1/2 inch strip. These 8 1/2 ones are 1 3/4. So don't mess that up, because that's something I would have totally just messed up just now. So okay, 8 1/2, 1 3/4. One of each of these. Yep, and that's that. So this is it for the pieces. So what do we got here for the 8-inch side? Oh gosh, there's lots of fabric of this. I don't think that's quite 8 inches. Oh, it is. Okay, great. It's a little shy of the, oh wait, 8 1/2. Oh, there's a little nick out of it. Maybe I won't do that side. Let's turn this around. Yeah, I think we're just gonna end up cutting longish strips on here too. The update, I went to the splendidsampler.com, and then from there was a link to the update. So I don't think it was on her site. I think it was on on the splendidsampler.com. All right, so I'm going to give this a little press here quick. And then I still got to find a good 8-inch area for this. I wonder if that other white piece had an area. I don't know where that went. Okay, let's find an 8 1/2 inch area here. Ooh, how about this? Is that 8 1/2? Maybe not quite. Wow, it totally is. So great. So I got a good piece here. So let's bring this guy up. Maybe I'll Frankenstein cut an 8 1/2 inch deal out of here, or 8 1/2 by 1 3/4. Give this a little press. I should maybe throw some water in here or something. Then my pressing would probably be a little nicer. All right, this edge is not perfect, so I'm gonna lay it over the other one a little bit. Okay, so I think for this, I'm gonna do that where I cut the bottom and the side, and then rotate it and do the other one, like I'm cutting a square out. So let's go right like this, 1 3/4. So I'm just gonna go like up to the 2-inch mark sort of thing. Oh, I wanted my, I'm gonna just have to count. So let's do this side first. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 1/2. So basically up to where the white ends. All right, and then I'm just gonna veer off. Okay, now I'm gonna rotate my whole mat here. I want to keep these together, my fabric, so I don't want them to catch on anything. Let's just rotate this. Okay, let's double check the measurements. Yep, 1 3/4 and 8 1/2. And this will be the last big cut to get this going, and then I can breathe out a little bit. I always get nervous on this cutting. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 1/2, 1 3/4. Okay, we are good. Cut this edge first, and then I'll shimmy over here. Oh, I moved my ruler here. There we go. Okay. You guys, we are in a storm, a winter storm warning again. It has snowed all day today, and we shoveled the car out today, and it was so icy, the driveway, and oh man, I don't know. So we have another fun winter day here. Okay, so I think I just lost where my other strips ran off to, which is always fun. So let's label these guys as well. Okay, this was blue floral, so that's E. And cream is this white, that's F. Okay, we are labeled. We are ready to move on as soon as I find all my strips again. Here's a couple. There we go, here's the other two. So good thing I wrote down what they were because I got them all mixed up now. All right, press all seam allowances in the direction indicated by the arrows. So this is where that update is coming. So here's where you need that update. Sew the A, B, and D strips together to make a strip set, and then press. So we're gonna press. Oh, it's pressed open. So that's what these arrows mean. They're pressing open, and then cut the strip set into 2 3.5 by 7.5 segments. All right, so 3.5 by 7.5. Okay, we can do that. So let's start by laying this out. So it's A, B, D is what we're doing. So A, and that's where the update is, the order to sew it in. So A, B, and D pieces. So I'm looking at the little notes I wrote in the corner. So this is the order. These are our strips that we're gonna sew together. Okay, phew, got that far. All right, let's do it. So I'm gonna sew these. Let's get down to the machine. There's rulers all over my chair. All right, down to the machine. So I have my new leader on here. So I will get to use my leaders tonight too. So the other night I cut up a bunch of squares, and I'm gonna, as my leaders, I'm gonna use these squares, and I'm gonna sew them together and make a bunch of half square triangles just on the fly from these leaders. So I'm pretty stoked about that. All right, A, B, D. All right, so these edges get together. So you could pin these or clip these, but I'm just going to hold the end and hope they end up the same. All right. Oh, let's get this on. All right, now I'm gonna start matching my edges as we go here. I think you'll need to cut the strip in half so you end up with 2. Oh yeah, the 3.5 section is the height, should be the height of this sewn together, I think. I'm pressing it against my postcard here, or my business card. This business card is set at the that 1/4 inch mark, so I can kind of push it up against that as like a little buffer, so it goes in my machine at just the right spot. Okay, so I need another leader, so I'm gonna get it from my little basket here. So this is like a whole nother little project that we're working on. So I'm going to put a little crease in here in the diagonal. And I'm going to sew on one of those sides of that diagonal line there. Because eventually this will be a couple half square triangles. It's like I'm doing 2 projects at once. Okay, let's snip this. All right, this guy is done. So see, here's one of my leaders. I've already sewn on both sides of the diagonal, and I got a half square triangle here and a half square triangle here for someday in the future. So I'm going to throw that in my basket and we'll keep going here. Okay, so let's read this again. A, B, D. So I just want to make sure when I open this, I sew the next one on the right one. So B, this one says B. So A, B. So this one gets attached. Okay, so here we are. Oh, let's turn it around though. There, A, B, D. Great. Okay. And we'll sew this guy. And match up the edges as I go. All right, so next up, after we sew these together, I am going to press them, and we press the seams open, and then we're gonna chop it in half. Okay, and we need another leader here to end it, and I'm just going to cut this one off of the top. And we'll stitch on the other side of that diagonal press that we put in here. Okay, and we have another half square triangle together for later. All right, let's press. All my rulers are living on the pressing mat though. All right, so we need to press this open. So I like pressing everything one way and then pressing them open. So I'm just going to kind of lay this flat, and we might have to do this in a couple stages here. And I'm just going to kind of pull on it so it's flat. All right. All right, so now I'm going to press them open. So I think we'll just kind of turn it to the side here. We'll do one row and then we'll do the next row. All right, just trying to pop it open. There we go. Flat and open. All right, let's just, well, nah, I'm going to finish the one side first. A little bit more. Okay, that's one. We'll get this, we'll press it flat even more once both of these are open. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. I usually have water in my iron, or I always used to, but after the last Splendid Sampler, I don't know, someone was mentioning how getting the pieces wet on some of these small pieces can kind of stretch the piece out a little bit in a way that I might not want to. So I don't know, ever since then, I haven't put water in my iron for steam, which I don't know is maybe a little silly, but I don't know. I'm undecided. Well, these are pretty together. So I think there's just enough contrast between these three fabrics that I think they'll work. So now this should be that 3.5 inches tall that we're going for. And okay, let's trim these. So 7.5 inches by 3.5 inch segments. So this should be the 3.5. Just lost a rotary cutter to the floor, so we got another one. Okay, let's just test this. So yep, 3.5 inches. So great. So now we're just cutting 7.5 inch strips off of here. And I'm not going to trim this edge. It looks pretty dang straight, so I'm just going to assume it is because I don't know if we get any excess with this. So 7.5. Line up all these edges. Okay, that's 1, 7.5. All right, and then let's trim a second one. All right, so there was a little bit extra there, and so that's good. So I probably could have trimmed that other one. Okay. Great. So we are done with that part. Here are our two strips, our two segments here. So what is next? How are we doing here? Oh yeah, we got time to keep going here. All right, so I think that was the only change, the only update here, it looks like, was just the order, the A, B, D versus what's in the book, A, D, B. So that's the mistake right there, is just the order that you're sewing these in. And I think we got that right. I think everything else is the same, so I'm going to go from the book. Sew the segments together along the D strip, which, again, is that bottom strip, to make a 6.5 by 7.5 rectangle. Oh, cool. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to flip this guy around. This is our D segment. I think it's our D segment, right? Yep, D. I can still see that on there. So we're going to basically combine this, and this is going to look like a block of color here, which is kind of cool. So we'll just flip those around, and I'm going to sew along that edge there. Ooh, we got the cut air right up in there. Okay, so again, I'm just going to match these up. I'm not going to worry about clipping them, but if you are nervous about them starting and ending in the same spot, throw a clip in there. And I always like having my stiletto here to help guide. All right, now that I have it started, I'm going to line up these edges a little bit better here. Kind of holding it in the middle, and I'm holding it on the edge here so everything matches up. All right, and I need another leader. So I'm gonna grab 2 more squares out of here. So again, this is that other project that we're magically working on at the same time. Our other leader. So it's taking us a little moment to put it together, but still, we're getting a magic project done that we wouldn't have before. Oh, I thought I ran out of bobbin there for a second. I had a little vision of running out of bobbin, and every time that happens, not every time, but sometimes when that happens, I actually do run out of bobbin, so I got a little nervous there. All right, and look, we got another half square triangle. We got another quilt started here. That's kind of cool. All right, so here we are. We have like a new block here. So now this should be 6.5 inches by 7 inches, but we need to press this first. So it's pressed open again, but look, so it almost looks like this is one big bar, especially once we have it flattened. It'll look like one pretty thing. So let's do that. I'm gonna get these strips out of the way. I'm gonna lose these on accident, I think, but let's just give this a press. And we are pressing open. So again, I just kind of like pressing to the one side first, just to get it kind of going. I don't know if that's a good idea, but that's what I do. And then now I will open that up, get my iron in there. Actually, I'm gonna go this way because I can go over all of these flat seams again. Open seams. Okay, and we'll give it a hit from the front as well. Get it good and flat. Yay, it's looking cute. It's just a few strips, but I think it's just really fun so far. So all right, let's do the next step. I want to make sure that we get through the next step before we stop for the night, but I think we'll definitely get this done tomorrow, you guys. Easy peasy. So, all right, we need, okay, place a square ruler on the rectangle, aligning the 45-degree line of the ruler with the center seam. Cut along the two sides of the ruler. Rotate again. Rotate the rectangle 180 again, aligning the 45-degree line on the ruler with the center seam, and place the 4.5 inch, 4 3/4 lines on the ruler. Lines on the ruler on the newly cut edge. Okay, let's break this down and see how this goes. So I'm gonna set this here. Let's get a square ruler. I wonder if my little one will work for this. See if this is big enough. Oh yeah, that's gonna work fine. Great. Okay, I'm gonna just play this out before doing it. So place a square ruler on the rectangle, aligning the 45-degree angle line. That's this right here. The 45-degree line on the ruler with the center seam. Okay, there, center seam. I'm aligning it on the center seam. Okay. Cut along the two sides of the ruler, so here and here. So I'd have to get on the whole thing, I would think. So cut along two sides of the ruler. Rotate the rectangle 180, again lining the 45-degree inch line on the center seam, and place the 4 3/4 rule line. So 4 3/4, 4 3/4 on here, on the newly cut edges. Okay, I think I got it here, you guys. So let's give it a go. All right, let's review. So square ruler, this one has that 45-degree angle mark. That I'm aligning with the center, the center seam right down there. Okay, and I'm going to expose, you know, I'm going to make sure that my entire corner here is actually on the fabric. So I don't want it off the fabric like this. I want it on. So I'm going to go there. All right, and I'm going to cut those two sides. And this is all scrap, I think, so we don't need to save these. But all right, we're going to go like that. Ooh, scary. And whew, all right, cut one. Ooh, I didn't get it quite somewhere. All right, there we go. So that is the first cut. And now we rotate the whole thing. Zoop. 180 degrees. So that's rotating it around. And now we're going to line this center line, that diagonal, with the center bit again. And okay, so now it's coming together here. Now see how right now I'm on the 5-inch line of my ruler? I want to be on the 3 1/4 inch part. So I want to be right, I wanted to put the 4 1/4 inch, sorry, mark on those cut lines that I just did. There, so now I got this other kind of square going. That's 4 3/4. Although I have a little bit at the top there, is that right? Oh, I think that's fine because we're going to be sewing other pieces on. So I wouldn't worry about that. Let's just double check. So I got halfway through, my diagonals there, 4 3/4. Yep, so 4 3/4 on the new piece there. I think we're okay. I'm going to cut. And if we mess this up, we'll get close, I think. All right. Yeah, I know. You could totally make a cute little block with these scraps. I might. We'll just keep them around. Okay. 4 3/4. So there we go. It does have this little chunk out of the top and bottom, but I don't think you have to worry about that because we'll be putting triangles over the top. So that's going to get covered up. And I think you can actually kind of see if you look closely, it is flat at the top and bottom of these markings. So if it didn't work out perfectly, don't worry. It looks like it's supposed to be like that. So I think, you guys, we'll stop there for the night, but it looks like, if I had to guess, it looks like tomorrow we're basically going to be doing the same thing. We have these shorter strips. So we're going to be sewing together those shorter strips, cutting them in half, and then we're going to be cutting them in half again. So we're going to get 4 triangles, and those 4 triangles we are going to put on these 4 corners. So this will become our square here. So pretty kind of cool. Like it looks like it's really pieced together, but you know, we just sewed strips together and we got this far. So I'm stoked. I think this is going to be really easy to finish up tomorrow. So that is the plan. But I think, you know, even this is an awfully cute block, don't you think? But yeah, so we're going to get those extra little strips coming up here a little bit. It's going to be cool. And I like this center area with all the flowers. So awesome, you guys. So that's going to be it for, well, how are we doing? Oh, yeah. Yep. It's at 9:30 here. That's going to be it for tonight, but we will be finishing up the Coastline sponge cake block tomorrow. Easy peasy. I've for sure we can finish this up. But yeah, so here we are. We have this center, that center diamond done. And next up will be those fun little triangles on the side. So pretty cool. Little puzzle piece coming together. All right, I'm going to flip you around and we'll call it an evening here. Hey there. Thanks again for joining me, you guys. But I hope you started to see like kind of the magic of this. It looks like a really intricate piece thing, but just with strips. And I know there's designers out there that do so many things with strips. So like a jelly roll, that's where you have the pieces of fabric cut in like long strips. I know people have come up with all cool ways to sew them together like this to come up with intricate designs. And this is one of them. This will look like a neat, intricate piece design where we cut out all those pieces individually, but we really didn't. So that's to me why it's a little magical and got me interested in working on it tonight. So we'll finish this up tomorrow, Friday, here on the Penguin and Fish page at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And this will go up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies tonight. So if you if you were a little confused on those angles and stuff, you can check it out there and you can just fast forward right to where you need to be. So thanks again, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Good night.